It's a figure formed by two rays with the same endpoint. Some parts of the angle that you should be familiar with. An angle has sides, so this is a side, this is a side, so the rays make up the sides of the angle. Okay. You can't have an angle without the two rays. There's no, I mean, the angle really is kind of the space in between the measure. It's what we talk about. B, the end point of the rays is called the vertex. Okay, that's another one that you need to be familiar with. So that is vertex. All right, as far as naming an angle, we have a couple options. If there's only one angle at a vertex, use the letter at that vertex. Okay, so I could call this angle B. But if I were to draw another line out of B, now I have the two little angles and a big angle. I can no longer just use the vertex because there are three angles out of that same vertex. Okay, we'd need to be more specific. So our second option for naming, if more than one angle at a vertex you must use three letters. With the vertex in the middle. Okay, so this angle up here I could call angle ABC. Or, can I go the other way? I could call it CBA. What I cannot do is ACB or CAB, okay? That would be talking about an entirely different angle, all right? Might seem kind of obvious in a picture like this, but when we have more than one angle with a vertex at B, or when you start dealing with triangles, the order that you use those letters is crucial, because in a triangle, you have three separate angles, and saying them in a different order is referring to a totally different angle. Okay, the third option is sometimes you'll see a little number inside. And you can use the number if it's given. So we could talk about angle 1. So part of your assignment will be, they'll refer to an angle and say, give two other ways to name that angle. Okay. You could reverse the order of the letters. You could use just one letter occasionally, or a number. Good so far? Okay. Now the next part is probably something that you are familiar with, which is good, but we're going to write it down anyways because it's probably been a while since you've thought about it. classifying an angle. If you find by looking at these pictures that you already know what I'm about to say about them, that's good. A little less to learn, so this might just be review. Can anyone tell me what type of angle this is? Yeah. It's acute. Okay, how about this one? Okay. It is a right angle. And this one? Yeah. Obtuse. And this one? Anyone? This one, usually people don't know. They know the other three. This is a straight angle. Okay, you should know the specifics on these because just because something looks like a right angle does not make it a right angle. A right angle must be exactly 90 degrees. If it is 90.1, it is not a right angle. If it's 89.9, it is not a right angle. It is exactly 90. A straight angle is exactly 180. If we know those, then acute would be anything less than 90 degrees, and obtuse would be greater than 90 but less than 180. So we're going to call this measure X just for notation. X would be greater than 90, less than 180.
What is 181?
If it is 181, then we don't really classify it. We'd probably break it up. I suppose it'd be really, really obtuse. Yeah. Okay, so if anyone didn't know these, which usually at this point most people do, but if you have a hard time keeping them straight, my own ways of remembering them were think of kittens and puppies, and little things are cute. So little angles are acute angles. And this is a big fat angle. So it's kind of like obese. But don't put obese down on your paper to classify it. That would not be correct. Okay. But if it helps you remember which is which, all right. So you'll be classifying some angles. Like I said, we're going to get to the actual measuring with a protractor tomorrow. But to bust all of them out and get them all back, it's going to take up a lot of time and squash what we have left for the rest of this. So we're going to do the rest first.